healing den as a way for me or us or people to um, cultivate presence?
Yes. Uh, it's not only presence, it's presence for yourself, and if those who attend generally come for a couple reasons. One, about half the people come because they realize they're not present. They tell a lot of stories um, to themselves, which is getting in the way. So about half the people come to learn how to be more present to themselves, which then leads to how do I be more present in relationship to others. The other thing is then you learn, for those who are into the healing arts, I show them how they can take whatever methods they already know. Most people come in with Reiki, healing touch, or some kind of a variation of that, and show them that how the healing presence actually amplifies and enhances what they do without diminishing it. So the idea of presence is, and this is a staple, literal statement. No healing happens except in the present. When we have an epiphany or a massive insight that shifts us, it is a piercing of the moment of something that's been trying to get through to us and saying, hey, look at it this way. And when it does, we have a complete shift in orientation, and from that point forward, our lens is cleared. We now see differently. We see the world different.
Well, you brought up the other modalities. So, how is this different?
Most of the other modalities are a form of running energy, which is basically from time beginning, civilized man has realized that we're actually energy beings. We like to say we're physical beings and things of that nature, and ignore the fact that if you break us down just like a tree or anything else to the lowest level, we're pure energy. So Reiki has been practiced for years. Healing touch is very similar. All of them call on a specific modality or process by which you share energy from the great divine, or you run energy, out of the phrases. And oftentimes they're done with an intent to push the energy through and push, obstructions, dis-ease, discomfort out. One of the biggest differences for us is when we heal, I don't want to get rid of anything. I want all of you to be available to inform you how you became who you are, just without all the emotional baggage or the pain, agony, and distress. So when we get fully present to ourselves, what ends up happening, all of those things fade away. So when people are doing Reiki, instead of having an intention of healing, we have an intention of being present and allow the energy to flow. So the same thing happens in what we do with, when we do the work with the healing den, is energy does interact. We create a space, a cocoon, so to speak, is what we like to phrase. It's a container of energy, and it's either connected to the client or it's connected to the client, and if there's several people, the several people. Now, from years ago, thousands of years ago, we've been talking about auras, which is the energetic field that surrounds our bodies. So it's not like this is new. Science has finally had to acknowledge, well, yeah, it does exist. There is an auric and energetic field surrounding the body, and it can be measured and take pictures. So if I step in and create a presence that is a still point, a very quiet place, and that part of you that got frozen, so to speak, stuck in the past, feels safe, oftentimes it will come up into the awareness because the client is safe, which is another way of saying they're fully present. So when the client's fully present, the emotions of the past can't surface and override them. It can, but we talk about how to support the client not to do that. And the impact of it is the client is then able to allow something to surface, and we don't go chasing it. We just support them, maybe through language of saying is what are you noticing? Well, I'm noticing this spot over here. What if we just go over there and pay attention to just that spot? Don't make meaning of it, just pay attention to it and focus your energy, and we'll support you and continue to hold the container to make it safe. And then you have something comes up. Sometimes it's a physical release where it's a shiver of energy and you realize that something's been frozen for a long time. Sometimes it's literally a memory. We had one of the people in the program came through and went through this process and got up, and you could see that she was changed, and she was just totally shocked. And we said, what happened? And she said, well, up to a certain point in my life, I was, this petite little girl, and I loved to sing and dance. And one day a group of guys surrounded me and made fun and just really gave me a very hard time. And from that point forward, I realized it was not safe to just be me and sing and dance. And so she stopped. And she realized that at that point, she had not done that anymore, put herself out there just as this free, open spirit of happiness. Changed. She's probably about 60 now. And I think that happened to her when she may have been 10 or 12. She saw how that happened, and she said she felt a complete rush and a shift in her life. And one of the things that she's noticed now is she smiles more. And she's more engaging and more happy and more forthright in what she does. She's less reserved. Is that a healing? To me it is.